My name is Florence Henderson, and I'm a sustainable living major at MUM. My internship was basically to assist the construction manager of Habitat for Humanity of Greater Cleveland, Ohio. I loved working with the people, the families, more than anything. I got a chance, it's just such a wonderful thing when the people, when you get that phone call or give that phone call to them and tell them that they've been approved for their new home that's going to be built from the ground up. I did a lot of research. Spent a lot of my first week doing research on different ways to implement training classes for our clients or our families. I actually got together some of the packets and gathered the information from the families as they were in process for applying for a home. I went to several networking seminars where I got to meet some of the people in the city of Cleveland that were actually responding to the financial crisis that we're having for mortgage companies, and how to save their homes. There were a lot of families didn't realize that there were other avenues to be able to save your home, and so I went to two of those. One was the land bank, the community land bank of Cleveland, and they were talking about the process of acquiring the land and then the distribution of land within the city and what portion would go according to businesses and developments that they were thinking of for housing. And then the other one was for neighborhoods, where they were a neighborhood housing development corporation, and they had announced that they were merging with Fannie Mae, which is pretty big as well as national, and to be able to save people's homes. And I think there was one case where someone was paying like $900 a month and they got his mortgage down to $300 a month and was able to supplement and to save his home. That was really a very joyous occasion for him. The favorite part was probably when we completed this one, the very last home. I actually received the appliances and did all the last minute things that were required before the family could actually move in, and I actually got the chance to meet the families that was moving in and their children, and we actually had a little party for them. So that was probably one of the best moments. And I actually got to drive a dump truck, which I had always wanted to do. Not saying that was one of the best things, but it felt really good to be able to do that, and to actually be on the site with these other guys that were doing like the pipes work to the street. And so they saw me come, and they was like, "What are you doing here?" And they had to move everything so I could come through, and they were watching me, and I was all nervous, but that was pretty fun as well. And to be able to complete that, because that was one home that the family had been waiting for their soil for their front lawn, and they weren't able. It was completed maybe 2 months, but they hadn't gotten to that part yet. So I kind of filled in and did that, and took a crew with me. I met several people that will be useful in the future. The construction managers, there were 2 construction managers that were at Habitat for Humanity, and one actually retired while I was there, but he's very interested in community building on a larger scale. So I thought he was just an invaluable source of information. He actually showed me the blueprints of the homes, and it's basically they're like a paint by number, how they're all assembled the same way. And I was thinking to myself, that was very valuable for me to be able to see that it's really not that hard to do, because one of my goals is to have a co-op construction company, and I'll be starting my first project in fact, when I return home within the next couple of weeks within my community. But it's a community agricultural center, but those 2 things will connect as far as my career, because I'll be initiating my own technical job when I'm initiating it now before I graduate.